Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Amendment to claim. We had already shown you how to download documents from the Patent Office website. Now we had downloaded 2 documents pertaining to the Bajaj's patent, and those 2 documents are: one, the patent specification that was filed first, that was the initial filing of the complete specification, and this is one document, and we also have the amended specification, which also includes the amended claim. So we'll just show you first the document that was filed first. Now this is the specification. We will show you, and it ends with a claim. Now we have already analyzed this claim, so I'll just quickly take you through the relevant part which introduces the amendment. It reads: an improved internal combustion engine for efficient burning of lean air fuel mixture used in engines working on 4-stroke principle, characterized in that, now that's a transition, the said engine, internal combustion engine, comprising a pair of spark plugs. It's the corresponding numbers in the drawings are mentioned in parentheses, which is a requirement. A cylinder head, a sleeve, a pair of sealing means, a fixing means, a sleeve cap. Now there is another clause, the said pair of spark plugs. Now ideally, now we have seen it should start with the wherein language. Wherein the said pair of spark plugs being fitted to the said cylinder to ignite air fuel mixture at predetermined instant. Again, it should have been wherein the said spark plug being housed within said sleeve being detachably fixed to said cylinder head and held in position by said fixing means, said sealing means being provided between the said cylinder head and the outer periphery of the said sleeve, and the said sleeve cap being fitted onto said sleeve. Now it just tells you how a spark plug is fitted or arranged on an internal combustion engine. Now claim 2 is a dependent claim. Now it satisfies all the requirements of a dependent claim. The preamble is shorter. The improved internal combustion engine as claimed in 1. Now it's eliminated the for efficient burning of lean air fuel mixture used in it. All that thing is removed, and the preamble, because it cross refers to an earlier claim, an independent claim, it's much shorter. The preamble can also cross refer to a dependent claim, but in this case it's an independent claim, wherein the said pair of spark plugs are fitted opposite, preferably diametrically to each other. So you have an independent claim and a dependent claim. Now what you notice here is that when it mentions the internal combustion engine comprising of spark plug, there is no limitation to the size of the cylinder. It just says a cylinder head, and it just says internal combustion engine. Everything else is the same. Now this case, as you would know, ran into trouble. This patent was litigated. It continues to be litigated. The case, I believe, is still pending before the Madras High Court. And this case led to a very interesting turn of things, because when the patent was filed, this was the claim. But when it got granted, you will find that the claim changed by way of an amendment. Just to demonstrate to you that claims can be amended multiple number of times. There is no limit to the number of amendments. And what is filed could be much different from what is eventually granted. So the grant, there could be objections raised in grant. Based on the objections, there could be changes made into the claim. So the claim can be amended, and the claim is a part of a specification that can be amended. And an amended claim would look different from the one which is granted. In this case, an amendment introduced a limitation into the claim. Now you can see the highlighted part here. internal combustion engine comprising of pair of spark plugs, and a pair of spark plugs, a cylinder head. That's it. Now let's look at the claim that eventually got granted, the amended claim. Now this is the amended specification. Because we are having a look at the specification, we can go through this in some detail. Now this was amended on 8/11/2004, and this is Form 2. This is the title page, and you can see that there is some corrections written there. The following specification particularly describes the nature and manner in which it is performed. Now the second page onwards, the invention starts. Now there is a description. Now here you will see that this is an introductory statement. Then the art is described. You will not find in some patterns you will find headings, but it's a general description. And it talks about disadvantages. Here you will find that the disadvantages associated with the arrangement. So it talks about a problem. And it talks about further disadvantages in the prior art, yet another disadvantage of the prior art. So it talks about difficulties, and it says in order to avoid, so this is the pitch that we were telling you about. There would be a problem which is addressed by the invention, and the invention, while it is drafted, is pitched as a solution to the problem. So this is the statement that they make. We have invented an engine wherein there are two spark plugs providing for generating sparks at the two predetermined locations in the same time. And the claim is that the sparks, because there are two sparks, combustion is better. Now they say fuel efficiency, and they also say decreased emission, decreased fuel consumption, and good drivability. Now let's go to the part where the claims are mentioned. There are description to the drawing, and here is the claim. Now this is the amended claim. Now you will notice that we find something that has been introduced which was previously not there. This part has now been introduced. Now wherein, or rather from here, fuel mixture used in engines wherein the diameter of the cylinder bore ranges between 45 mm to 70 mm, characterized in that said internal combustion engine comprising of, the remaining goes on. So what had happened, the cylinder has now been introduced earlier with a restriction on the bore ranges, and there is a range to its size, that is 45 mm to 70 mm is the cylinder bore range within which this invention will now operate. So two spark plugs for a normal internal combustion engine could be used for in any invention, but this invention there is a restriction on the bore size. So this is the way Bajaj was able to get over objections the patent office would have raised in this case, and by introducing a smaller bore or a limitation to the bore size, they were able to get away with the objections raised at the patent office. So this part was introduced by an amendment. So claims can be amended till they are granted. The patent office offers multiple opportunities for a patent applicant to amend the claims, and this claim actually got into a litigation. This got litigated in a case before the Madras High Court.